Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of this entire market. I do believe that we are at risk. I believe that right now is the time that we really need to focus up and pay attention to what is happening, not only internally, but also externally. I think that the FTX situation really kind of put a spotlight on a few things that we need to pay attention to, and we will get into that here in a second. But I do want to start with this video real quick. It goes back to all the way to 2019. And we do see, I have said publicly before that 99% of all crypto probably goes to zero. But there is that 1% where I think is focused on solving a real world problem for real customers and is able to do that at scale. And that's going to be game changing. And listen closely, this is a video from Brad Garlinghouse, and it is evidently more true today than ever before, because I do believe that this is where we are headed.
Tell me here then, where does this go? I mean, let's have a look at just effectively what we have. We've got so many cryptocurrencies out there. You're one of the front runners, but the thing is, are there too many of you guys?
Actually, I agree with you. I think there are too many. There are around 3,000 different digital assets that trade on a daily basis now. I think, anytime there's a new market, there's a lot of people that run into that market and try to show that they can solve a problem, they can deliver a customer need. I have said publicly before that I think 99% of all crypto probably goes to zero. But there is that 1% where I think that is focused on solving a real problem for real customers and is able to do that at scale. And that's going to be game changing. And I think that's going to continue to grow significantly in the decades ahead.
Tell me.
And I do completely agree with them. Listen, at the end of the day, we know that 99% of this market is complete trash. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this market. I've been in this market for a very long time. I believed in the technology behind this market for a very long time. But I would be absolutely crazy to say that this entire market is filled with absolute gems. No. First off, I would argue that most of this market moves off of speculation alone. Okay? 1. 2, there is a large percentage, and I would argue that it is probably around 99%, that is complete garbage in this market. I mean, we are sitting at 21,700 plus cryptocurrencies in this market now. Not all of them, trade day by day, and not all of them are actual projects that are even around. Some of them are just complete trash. But I will say this, right? That 1% is where all of the money is going to be focused on going forward in life, especially around technological advancements. I say every aspect of life is going to be disrupted by a lot of this technology. Tokenization could be a huge aspect, but the problem here is that we have internal players that are putting everything at risk and trying to crash this entire market so that they could bring in regulations to control this market. What do I mean by that? Well, first off, XRP, right? I do believe that XRP is in that 1%. The issue here is that a lot of individuals will constantly say on my videos, and yes, I do read the comments. A lot of people will say XRP is a scam, XRP is this, XRP is whatever, because it hasn't moved in value. I want you all to understand that even the FTX situation was an inside job. The SEC lawsuit against XRP was an inside job. All of this corruption is so evidently more clear to me today than ever before, especially with the FTX situation. What do I mean by that? Well, you have these individuals playing a role. They're individuals wearing a costume to pretend to be like you or me. Oh, here's Sam Bankman-Fried. He drives a Toyota, Corolla. He's, worth $16 billion, but he's just like you. Don't worry. He's no different than you. No. Listen, there's a big problem happening in crypto right now, and it really does start from these government entities that want to not only regulate this market, but control it. We do see over here from Digital Asset Buy. It's almost as if the government was backing FTX to crash crypto so they could come in and regulate it harshly. We are getting right over the target. Crypto is not the problem, corruption is. And we do see down here, this is from Tom Emmer. Interesting, Gary Gensler runs to the media while reports to my office allege he was helping SBF and FTX work on legal loopholes to obtain a regulatory monopoly. We're looking into this. And yeah, this is because Gary Gensler went on to Squawk Box today. We do see Gensler is leading himself in the SEC into ruin. He should resign now to avoid further damage. But yeah, there was a few individuals actually on Squawk Box today. Mike Novogratz, you guys probably know him, especially from the Luna situation, was on Squawk Box. Listen closely to this video. It's about 2 minutes long. I thought this was very funny, to say the least.
Help us understand what you understand. What do you think actually happened underneath the covers here?
Listen, the facts will come out in time, but what appears happened is, Sam and probably a small group at a big firm decided to use customer funds that were at FTX, loan them to his family office, Alameda Research, and through Alameda, make large investments in illiquid stuff. $1 billion in mining, rescue finance for, BlockFi and for Voyager. All these big illiquid investments seem to have been funded with customer funds from FTX. And so, does it feel illegal? We'll see. It certainly feels immoral. Either way, it has been a body blow to trust, right? Markets are all about trust and, trust in the system, trust in other counterparties. And so it's, I'm furious, actually. Macro guys try not to get angry. It's kind of try to stay rational. But this is just so frustrating in that you've got thousands and thousands of people working their tail off to build these new ecosystems. And, this is a tale as old as time to some degree. Some young, charismatic guy in Bermuda shorts with the floppy hair charmed the 20 best investors in the world, as equity investors in his fund, charmed regulators, and was kind of the front man of the whole system.
Did he charm you, Mike?
I've met him plenty of times, and he is charming, and he's thoughtful. And listen, we're in the business of providing liquidity to over 850, institutional customers. And so we have money on all these exchanges. We have a really thorough process of vetting the exchanges, having meetings every week on how much risk we should have. We got half our risk off before the gates went up. And so it's unbelievably frustrating that, we basically have a situation that looks like Theranos.
And, to me, listen, I'm going to say it right now. All of these individuals are in this space together. Is Mike a part of this all? Who knows? All I know is that at the end of the day, this entire situation just smells of corruption to me. Does it feel illegal? Who knows? All I know is this. Sam Bankman-Fried was never here to support crypto. He was never here to better crypto. He wanted to pass these absurd bills to regulate crypto. He was lobbying against crypto, all while trying to be the face of crypto. This is a big issue. We also do see over here, everyone needs to relax because help is on the way. I just heard that the SEC Gov is going to investigate FTX official now over how they handled our mismanaged customer funds. Amazing timing. And yeah, what an absolute joke that the SEC and Gary Gensler are. It's absolutely ridiculous. To me, it's comical at this point. We also do see over here, this is from Gary Gensler announcing that he'll be on Squawk Box. It's also the same quote from Tom Emmer over here. But we do see Andrew ask him what he and Sam Bankman-Fried were talking about in their meetings. Why pursue Library and Ripple, who are not charged with fraud, while he meets with a true fraudster? Yeah, this is comical. And we do see over here from Gainsey, Gary's going to leverage his clout from protecting U.S. retail from FTX to push for heavy regulations. Well, it's been fun, lads, and we do see U.S. SEC Chair Gary Gensler says need protection for crypto investors. The runway is getting shorter. Yeah, this is not going to be good at all. We actually have a few videos over here of Gary Gensler. It's comical, to say the least, but I honestly hate watching Gary Gensler talk about crypto. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. Like, there's something about it that just makes my blood boil, but it is what it is. Just listen closely. I have this video, and then I have this video, and these are going to be the last two videos that we actually watch on this in this video. Kind of weird to say that, but it's all good.
Gary, you said people should come in, if you will. Sam Bankman-Fried, it appears from your calendar, on March 29th, 2022, at 4 p.m., came in and actually met with you along with Brad Katsuyama of IEX, someone who has draped himself in the flag, if you will, of an honorable exchange. Do you feel like you were hoodwinked?
I think we've been clear in these meetings, and you can look at my calendar's public, many meetings with folks in this industry. Very clear in these meetings, same message to the public, same message to them, that non-compliance is not going to work. The public's going to be hurt, but also we're going to continue on these dual paths. And if we need to, going to be the cop on the beat, going into court, putting the facts and the law in front of judges.
And, we have this from Crypto Law US follow-up question. Your dual path approach has not prevented a single one of these frauds. So you're telling us you're sticking with it even though it's not working? Again, like the regulations that we keep hearing about from the SEC is absolutely nothing. Like, I'm so tired of hearing about these discussions with, yeah, we have regulations, crypto needs more regulation. Like, dude, you are running the SEC. The problem here is that they have no, like, when we talk about regulations all the time on this channel. The SEC is constantly touting crypto needs regulation. They talk about regulation. They're sitting here going after these projects, utilizing, regulation by enforcement. Like, why don't you make a clear guideline? Why don't you give the market something to work with? There is no clear guidelines at all. None. Absolutely none around crypto. And they continue to say crypto needs regulations. Well, do your job. Do your job. Have a clear regulatory framework put in place. Talk to these individuals. They were meeting with you on a weekly basis. Sam Bankman-Fried met with this individual as well. I mean, it's just crazy to me that we are constantly stuck in this loophole of, hey, crypto needs more regulation. Let's go after other projects in the meantime, without even giving any sort of clear guidelines at all. It's nonsense. And we do so over here in the face of a multi-billion-dollar collapse he failed to prevent or see coming. Gary Gensler trots out his come in and register line and touts his crushing of Library in a non-fraud case over a token sale less than $1 million. That's all he got, folks. And down here we do see, I think that investors need better protection in this space. It's a field that's significantly non-compliant, but it's got regulation. It's a field that's significantly non-compliant, but it's got regulation, says SEC Chair Gary Gensler. Investors around the globe are getting hurt. The public can fall prey to celebrity promotions. And listen closely to this real quick.
Well, let's talk about that, Gary, because critics would say, look, you have been talking about the need for regulating, and yet have not. There's been lots of focus.
Wow, he took the words right out of my mouth there.
We had you on last time when you went after Kim Kardashian. But on a relative basis, going after Kim Kardashian compared to what is now a massive undoing of FTX isn't enough. What do you say about that?
Look, I think that investors need better protection in this space. But I would say this is a field that's significantly non-compliant, but it's got regulation, and those regulations are often very clear. And we have multiple paths. And one path is working with those crypto exchanges, crypto lending platforms, and to get them properly registered. And why that matters is that's so the public's protected. But we have another path, which is enforcement. We've brought, between my predecessor and the teams now at the SEC, at least 100 actions in this case. And we've been very clear in these various enforcement actions. And we had a big win even this week on a crypto token called Library, where a court clearly said, you've been on fair notice. And yes, this is a securities under the securities law.
But Gary, in fairness, there are millions, if not billions of dollars that are going to get tied up that potentially will get lost in this situation by investors, not just retail investors, but pensions that have given money to venture capitalists that have invested in these things. Shouldn't this be more regulated?
Yes, Andrew, and the laws are clear. And look, the runway is running out. I mean,
The laws are not clear. Like, uh, I'm sorry, I just had to cut it there for a second because this is exactly why I hate listening to this clown talk. It is like a circus show every single time this clown talks because the law is not clear at all. It's just I can't.
the American public and investors around the globe are getting hurt by a field that says they put a lot of fancy talk around it, Andrew, and the technology is interesting. And I taught it at MIT, and I think that there is some innovations here, but we still need investor protection. And so what I would say is come in and talk to us. You've heard that before. The runway is getting shorter, and the laws are clear, and it's pretty rich for me when I think about it. Look, there's also celebrities. You talked about celebrities. There's celebrity CEOs in this space as well, celebrity crypto entrepreneurs. And so the public can fall prey to their promotions, their marketing, and the like. And it's really important. Our third path is also investor education. Going on a show like this is also to say to the public, beware, this is highly speculative. It is regulated, but without prejudging any one circumstance, largely non-compliant.
And again, you guys can clearly tell why I'm so pissed off when Gary Gensler is talking about this industry. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that I support what the SEC is trying to do and lie to you guys. The SEC has been a clown show for the last 2 years, ever since the inception of this XRP SEC lawsuit. And listen, I know all of you watching this video, you have money tied up in XRP. You wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't invested to XRP. You wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't watching most of my videos. And first off, I appreciate that so much. Like, seriously, thank you all for watching my content. I seriously do appreciate that. And I know other YouTubers tell you that. Listen, I'm being real with you guys. Like, I seriously appreciate all the support. But at the same time, all of you know that you're investing in this technology that so many individuals have talked about on a day-to-day basis about how transformative it is, while we have these clowns continue to stifle innovation, stifle growth. And I understand how annoying this can be, how frustrating it could be. We're sitting here for well over 2 years, well over 3 years, 4 years, without any, new all-time high. It's extremely discouraging, extremely frustrating. But I want you to all understand that we have a much bigger issue on our hands. And that big issue is the fact that now there's a countdown. And this countdown is until the SEC sues an exchange in the US. Johnny Deaton has said that it has been coming for over 6 months now. He will use the FTX official situation as justification to hurt American businesses. He will show no mercy. And yes, this is the biggest problem right now. I would lie, I can't lie. I am extremely, extremely fearful for what's about to happen from the SEC because they have all the ammo now, and they are going to shoot this market down. They're at least going to try to. And I do believe that there is going to be an exchange that gets targeted. What exchange will that be? Well, it could very well be Coinbase. It could be Binance. It could be any exchange out there. But I want you all to prepare. Get your crypto off of any exchange. You do not know what's going to happen next. This market is extremely fragile in my opinion, so please just be cautious. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As I was up, that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this before, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.